chicken lights and chrome, till I'm headed home. And you can see us coming from a million miles away. She lights up the sky like the 4th of July. Trucker's favorite songs, Alabama's roll on, and chicken lights and chrome.
Son, it'll be here soon. Whoa! Look at the train. Watch how the engine comes through the train.
Even when I was a boy, I knew I wanted to work for the railroad. In those days, railroads reached into every corner of the country. They carried every imaginable kind of cargo, from mail-order catalogs to milk. Even big cities like New York could not have grown without railroads like the Lackawanna.
Inside, the turntable was inside the roundhouse. By 1863, somewhere in that neighborhood, they realized they'd outgrown that. They came over here, built a 40-stall roundhouse, and opened it up in 1865 with the 66-foot turntable. Used it like that until 1902, when they tore the roundhouse down and rebuilt it 6 tracks bigger, but left that 66-foot turntable there. 1912, they pulled that turntable out and put a 90-footer in. And then between 1935 and 1918 and 1935, they enlarged some of the stalls in the roundhouse to give them 91 feet under cover to cover the bigger locomotives that they were buying.
Railroads always needed more power. In the 1890s, steam wanted to right to the engine.
waterway was done by the firebox back here. Water on this particular type locomotive is put in through this pipe with a steam injector up there. You open up the steam line on the top, that lets steam come down through that small orifice. Water comes in from the bottom. When the steam squirts out, it creates a partial vacuum and sucks the water with it down through the pipe and into the front of the boiler. It overcomes the boiler pressure because when it squirts out there, it's got more pressure than that boiler has in it. Naturally, it's hand-fired, yard locomotive. It's an 060, and what that means is those wheels under the smoke box, 6 guys wheels, and no wheels back here under the cab of the firebox. Stay bolts right here hold everything together. If you didn't have the stay bolts in here, the fire in the firebox would have broke. The boiler can't go more or crack, you'll have to come on the boiler. You stop that. Another way you have catastrophic noise failure, that ground sheet on the firebox. Same thing on the other end.
Wow.
Here, trough ends down that way.
There's Lackawanna. Look at that thing, dude.
Oh, the railroad would let you in this roundhouse back in, say, 1940. It would have been hot, it would have been noisy, and it didn't smell very good. It's hot because 90% of the locomotives in here are under fire. Like I said, you keep the fire going in it while it's in the roundhouse. A couple of reasons. Main one, it's going to be in here, you're going to inspect it. It's going to take you 4 to 5 hours to inspect the machine. If you drop the fire outlet, run it into here, it's going to pull down, and it's going to take you another without using a locomotive. And we can also drive it from track to track if they take it out where these rubber wheels could go down on the ground. It'll lift it up off the track, and they can drive it off. I happen to make the mistake, one of the guys that runs this, saying you drive it off like a car. He said, no, on this, and you go to try to get parts for it, and they're not what you think they are. No, anyway, this has to have a yearly inspection. Every steam engine you're running has to have a yearly inspection. I learned out the other day, we do the inspection. So what they're doing right now is the pre-inspection. And then people from the Federal Railroad Administration are going to do it. Well, I want to bring that part out before we go outside. There's the tender to 26, and that Baltimore, Ohio car over there. So if you look at the roof supports, riveted construction, that will date the building also. All the machines are period correct, late 1940s. None of them are hooked up to a computer. Granted, this year will be 5 and 75. In this corner and in that corner, there were 2 rooms that went out. Machines similar to these sat out in those rooms. Over here, and they're not working. If they yell, they'll yell at me. Come on over here. Can't really get a good look at this machine standing over on that yellow line. Wheel lathe, this will hold up to an 80-inch pair of drive wheels. Those 4 supports, if they run all the way out, 80-inch drivers will fit on there. I will show you a set of 80-inch drive wheels in the back shop. They belong to the one locomotive that we are currently rebuilding. You get a nice blue flame out of it. It'll sit here half an hour, 45 minutes until that tire heats up. 700 degrees Fahrenheit. It gets just soft enough on that wheel. Knock it off using 2 sledgehammers. Measure the outside diameter of that wheel because you can't measure that right now, and it has to be an accurate measurement. So you do it after you get the old tire off. New tire is sitting right on that vertical boring mill back there. You buy it with more steel on the inside. You know you're going to need 2 inches, I'm just going to say. So you buy it with 2 1/4, maybe a little more, and machine it so that you get the right inside diameter. Then put it on the wheel. Same way, put it here. This ring would hang over here. Heat it up, put it on. But now you're going to use 2 20-pound wooden mallets. They've got a head on them about that big. You don't want to dent that. Once it cools down, it's a shrink fit. Much tighter than a press fit. Got a lot of neat things right here that you don't generally get a chance to see. Here's the cap for the steam dome on 3713. That's off. I don't know if they're going to make a new one for 3713 or not. And before we walk over here, this part right here, two of those hold each axle to the frame on the locomotive. Brass bushing in there. Replace the brass, and I'll show you some brass over here that's probably going to be used to replace them. Steam dome cap for number 26. So they've got it laid out, now I've drilled the holes in it, tapped the holes, so on and so forth. The reason they're making a new one for this, years ago, somebody started using a torque wrench, because this is going to have a little seal underneath it. Instead of using a torque wrench and torquing them down to the right pressure, they were, oh, this still moves. I can still move this bolt. It's not tight enough. I got to tighten this more. All right, it won't move now. No, it won't. It distorted everything. 1,500 horsepower. You hook three of these together, gives 4,500 horsepower.
Wow.
There's the rest of the parts that hold the axles in. Right there we have the trailing truck frame. That'll sit underneath the cab. Brand new coal bunker water cistern. And believe it or not, cheaper in the long run to make this rather than take the old part, take grand, and actually take grand was, or it has to be done into the training. Yes, you can do that. So there's three pieces of brass, and if you cut them in half, you get 6 pieces that you need for the drive wheels on that locomotive. Over here we have the tender frame. What you see, the gray pieces laying on these pallets, there's 2 sitting over there. Those are the truck assemblies. They've all been sandblasted, cleaned up. They're getting ready to put those back together. No, over there. Those are shop wheels. Those aren't the right wheels.
So you can tear this down. You really tear it down.
Yeah, it tore right down. There's a new cab, new firebox. Firebox was built by Strasbourg. Cab was built not too far from here. Alright, so they are doing something on it because you can see a string from underneath this firebox running through the cylinder. So that would be the center line.
Am I crazy to say I want to have one of these when I'm older?
So if you wanted to travel somewhere far,
these times, watch no bandit run.